Welcome back everyone, Mike McConville here one more time for StringTechWorkstations, Stratford, Ontario, Canada. We all know that there's all kinds of Gibson bashers out there these days. But I think the thing that needs to be remembered, Ford had their Pinto with the exploding gas tanks, but Ford also had the F-150, the most popular pickup truck of all time. I think it still is. To put things in perspective, and I have said this in other videos, but I need to say it again, Gibson have done a lot more right than they have done wrong. Even though they've done things as crazy as this 1963 J-45 with the floating ceramic insert in a plastic injection molded hollow bridge held on with sheet metal screws. Think I'm exaggerating? Stick around. We're going to be going A to Z on this one. Now, the same company a few years later came out with this ES330, which is an absolutely gorgeous instrument. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Between Seth Glover, the inventor of the humbucking pickup, and of course Ted McCarty, and this is his baby, the whole ES series, the whole idea of building a guitar in the fashion of a cello, this was also Gibson's idea, under the guidance of Lloyd Loehr. And in the case of this bridge, what you normally see as plastic saddles, in 1967, when this guitar was made, they were using bone. So they machined these saddles out of solid bone. Another Gibson innovation. And I have to admit that I'm actually pretty excited about James Curley taking over. I think Gibson finally have the right guy at the top. The most recent acquisition, of course, is Mesa Boogie. That's a brilliant idea. When we look back at the robotic tuners and the plastic injection molded bridge, yeah, of course, there's some absurd things that were done by Gibson. But in the big picture, they've done a lot more right than they've done wrong. So there you go. So I got that off my chest. We'll be walking you through step by step, as I always do, on both of these guitars. And of course, they're both getting compensated nuts. And the plastic injection molded bridge, of course, will be changed to solid rosewood. And that big, thick plywood bridge plate will be coming out, and it'll be replaced with a solid wood one. Stick around. We've got lots more to show you to keep you entertained during the COVID madness. And speaking of COVID madness and an escape pod, Ryan will be stopping by today. He's a former student of mine to pick up his GPS unit. He'll have plenty to keep him occupied during this lockdown. So this latest generation with the removable lid is a total game changer, because now all these people that are in lockdown are at least working on their own guitars and bringing them up to snuff, and in many cases are starting a little home-based business, much like mine. I've been working out of this home shop for the last 30 years. So this is how the unit comes. This is the pivoting neck assembly with the sliding blocks, the straps, and then the small V blocks. Ryan's pretty pumped. He'll be here in the next few minutes to pick this up. And like all the latest TechDeck owners, since this whole COVID thing started last March, from Texas to Romania to Denmark to Germany to Australia, of course clean across the states, David in Ohio, Terry in Georgia, Anthony in Philadelphia, the list goes on. We are down to the last little bit of this current production run, but the good news is there will be workstations available. It'll probably be April by the time we get this next run up and running. So if you're interested in jumping on board, you'll need to check with Greg at stringtech.net, and he'll give you a heads up on the ETA. Okay, on to the guitars. Just in case you thought I was joking, I have heated up this probe just on the buffer, the buffing wheel. How's that for an ingenious feat of engineering? I've done quite a few of these things over the years, and I've tried to imagine being a fly on the wall in the boardroom meeting at Gibson headquarters and just listening to how that conversation went. Hey guys, I got a great idea. Anyway, we'll be giving you play-by-play as always. Cheers. So all those bits and pieces are in a little Ziploc baggie for the originality police if they show up at any time in the future.